Hello, you guys. Welcome to Dustin the Blind Minnesotan. Today, I'm going to talk about the Hispanic community in Minnesota because, they live everywhere. They live in homes, they live in condos, they live in single family homes, they live in apartments. They live in, everywhere, just like everyone else. And what I picture the Hispanic community is people from Mexico, people from Colombia, people from Brazil, people from Argentina, people from Cuba, people from the Dominican Republic, that kind of area. South America, Central America, they speak Portuguese or Spanish. That's what I picture. Um, being Hispanic. And people who speak Portuguese and more Spanish like, and they're from South America slash like the the seas down there, the Caribbean and all that stuff down there. Um the Gulf of Mexico, that area. So today I'm going to kind of talk about it and where it kind of goes. So the Hispanic community is in Anoka. That's right here. And Minneapolis is about here. And Anoka is kind of the edge of the metro. And the reason why Anoka and Champlin are kind of edge of the northern metro, and the reason why a lot of them live out there because it's on the edge, so housing is very, 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 very cheap. It's not like it's like if you go out further, the housing becomes cheaper. But if you want to live in the metro and you want society, they have cheap old homes there because it's on the edge of society. And then you have, Coon Rapids. Coon Rapids is like the Hispanic shopping center. They have like Costco, Target, Walmart, Cub Foods, Ultra Beauty, like anything it's like the Hispanic version of Maple Grove. And like a bunch of things there. And then you have Blaine. Blaine is such a new city that their destiny is not claimed yet because down here by the Northtown Mall to Highway 10 here, that's the only part of Blaine who's really been built out yet. Blaine is still in my head, still 95% cornfields. So Anoka County, if they were smart, they would build hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of apartments out in Blaine and make all those every inch of cornfield possible into apartment buildings. So then they can get so they can get more Hispanic residents to move in, and then they'll get jobs, and then they'll pay taxes, they'll spend money on all the local businesses in Blaine, and all that stuff. And then you have Fridley. Fridley is my favorite. Fridley is not really a shopping city. Fridley is more, I want my single family neighborhood, or I want my senior apartment, or just my high-end apartment. So Fridley is more of a higher end Hispanic community, where you just get your single family home or your apartment that's in the middle of a single family home, and you just live in peace. And then you have Hilltop. Let's see. Yep, Hilltop is in this L right here. And Hilltop is because Fridley is even all the way down here. Because Fridley is massive. And then you have Hilltop. Hilltop is a very, very small town. You just drive right through it on the way to Columbia Heights, and you don't even notice that it's there. And Hilltop is just pretty much a giant trailer park. And they have a Walgreens there. They have like 2 grocery stores. They have an Indian one, and they have a Hispanic one. They have an ice cream shop. They have a laundromat, and their Walgreens has a minute clinic. So they do have thing, and they have the middle school and the elementary school that they share with Columbia Heights. So but this is where, like, this Hilltop, it's kind of mixed. Like, some Hispanic families, they own their whole trailer and they just rent the land underneath it. And some Hispanic families, they're like, it's like 3 families share one trailer. Each family gets a room. So, like, you have, like, a Hilltop, you have the very poor, and then you have the very, like, middle class. So, so that's, it's hard to explain that neighborhood, that city, because everything you kind of need is in Columbia Heights or is in Fridley. But at least they still have shops and stuff, so it's not going to be like, oh no, and then here's this is where I live. I live in the city of Columbia Heights. So when you look here at the map, okay, so Columbia Heights is a giant square right here, and Hilltop is this random town in the middle of us. And then between, like, University / Highway 47 and the Mississippi River, this right here is Fridley. So it's funny so as you're going down University, you see, like, Columbia Heights on the right side, and you'll see, like, Fridley on the left side. Because Columbia Heights used to be a part of Fridley, and then Columbia Heights didn't like Fridley, and then Columbia Heights broke away from Fridley, and then Hilltop did not like Columbia Heights, and then Hilltop broke away from Columbia Heights. So first it was people broke away from Fridley, and then Hilltop did not like Columbia Heights, and then Hilltop broke away from Columbia Heights. So and then Columbia Heights, it's like a lot of the Hispanics that live in Columbia Heights have the same income that people that live in Fridley does. Because a lot of the poorer Hispanics who can't, like, afford a home and that are renting, like, live in Northeast. So as I'm on the 10 bus, if I go north into, like, Blaine, Fridley, Coon Rapids, and Anoka, I see the Hispanic community get more money, more money, more money. The Hispanic community gets more money. But if I'm in Columbia Heights and I go south and I go down Central, down University, I see the more poor and younger Hispanics when I'm going down into Minneapolis. Because a lot of the poorer Hispanics that don't really have that much money live in Minneapolis. And then as they get money, they move along the 10 bus route, and they move more out to Columbia Heights, Hilltop, Fridley, Blaine, Coon Rapids, and Anoka. And they get there in northeast Minneapolis. The reason why a lot of young broke Hispanics choose to live there is because of the University of Minnesota. The University of Minnesota brings a lot of property developers into northeast Minneapolis, and then they buy the land, they buy a bunch of single-family homes, bulldoze them down, and they put up apartment buildings, and then they rent them out for cheap to University of Minnesota students. But they're building so many apartments that the University of Minnesota students can't fill them all up. So then Hispanics who are just young, they're in their 20s, they don't have no parents here to help them, they have no friends here to help them, they'll move to Northeast around the U of M students because it's cheaper. And then you know then if you come down here, you're in southeast Minneapolis, you know, where you're in the heart of the campus. So, a lot of them will take the 10 bus from downtown Minneapolis or the 11 bus. The 11 bus goes through northeast along the river here and picks people. That's why I have all these like places I want to go out here the because the 11 bus goes this way, and I'm like, oh, I want to check all these places out one day when I have time. So that's why you see these bookmarks here, because they're on the 11 bus. And then the ones you see on Central here, the reason why that'll be Highway 65/Central, and the reason why you don't see anything there because I already went to everything I want there. And down here, you know, this is where the stadium is. Sometimes I take the 10 bus down to Northeast, and then I hop on the 6 bus that goes from Edina to the U of M, and I hop on the 6 bus and takes me down to the stadium and drops me off. So and then even when I sometimes want to go to my doctor, I go and I get off my low eye specialist. I take the 10, get off here, hop on the 6, get off at the stadium, and then I walk where the 6 bus ends, and then I walk to my eye specialist. So and a lot of Hispanics they like the 10 bus because it comes every 10 to 15 minutes. And no matter what 10 bus you hop on, it's the same until the Columbia Heights Transit Center. And then after you get to the Columbia Heights Transit Center, that's where you have to be careful what 10 bus you're on, because the 10 buses change. Once you hit the Columbia Heights Transit Center, my neighborhood, that's where you kind of have to that's when you have to figure out, am I on the 10H, the 10U, or the 10N? Because after you pass this Columbia Heights Transit Center, it's going to make a completely difference where in the Hispanic community that you end up going. And then the good thing is, a lot of people who own a shopping cart like me, and they live in downtown Minneapolis, they'll take the 10 to the Columbia Heights Transit Center, and then that's when they go shopping at like the Discount 70. Discount 70 sells like returned items from Target. So pretend if you return something to Target, Target does not resell it on the Target store. They put it in a big truck and they ship it to a warehouse called liquidation warehouse, where companies like Discount 70 can buy it and then sell it to you 70% off. That's why the store is called Discount 70. They sell furniture, they sell home appliances and stuff. So a lot of people from Minneapolis, they'll bus to the Columbia Heights Transit Center with a shopping cart, and they buy small stuff like toasters, microwaves, stuff, things that they can pile in their shopping cart. And then they take the bus home. I'm telling you guys, it's weird for people who drive to think about that, because me as a visually impaired man, that's how I get my stuff. That's how I do my shopping if it's not on Amazon. And then they go eat. Then they go eat at the Great Moon Buffet. Yes, Hispanic people do like Chinese buffets. And then you can do your grocery shopping at Family Dollar. Family Dollar. Sorry, I love that store. And then we have a Twin Cities autism place. So I didn't know it was an autism place because they don't really advertise them. When I walk past this door, it looks like a freaking just empty space. But you can walk up there and you have to like ring a doorbell. And then after that, some autistic kids trying to escape. And then a security guard will come and let you in there, and then they help your autistic kids, help them learn how to get jobs, learn how to do that stuff. Because no matter what kind of people you are, if you have autism, you have autism. And then this is where I get my pizza. I get my pizza at Pizza Man, and Pizza Man, they sell frozen and cooked pizzas. So if like you want a pizza and you're poor, you can get a frozen pizza that's going to be half the price of the cooked pizza, and then you can just cook it at home. And then we have like the Jimmy's pool, the pool house. This is pretty cool. I don't like playing pool because I find it boring because I don't have enough patience. But I like still going there, eating burger and fries, and watching other people play pool. Because after I'm done with my meal, I can go home. So, and then watching is more free. And then, of course, we have Metro by T-Mobile. And that's where that place helps a lot of, Metro by T-Mobile helps a lot of Hispanics in the Hispanic community get like phone service and all that stuff. And then we have like career/staffing. They help the Hispanic community get employment so then one day they can afford to live in Columbia Heights, Ridley, Blaine, Coon Rapids, and Anoka. Because if they don't get good employment, they can't afford to live out here. So then, of course, we have a lot of, restaurants for people to work at. We have haircut places. The haircut places out here are really good with my hair. Like when I lived in downtown Minneapolis, because downtown Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center, Crystal, New Hope, Robbinsdale, that's a huge like African American community. So a lot of the barbers and stuff that at least I ran into did not know how to cut a white guy's hair. How to make my style look good because they're used to African American clients. But be lucky, a lot of the Hispanics have the same kind of hair as me. So their style does not look as good on me because it's made for a different kind of people. But at least the barbers and stuff know how to cut my hair because the Hispanics and me have similar kind of hair. And then of course you have the dental place and and a bunch of like things. And then the one thing they don't tell you is like along Central, like there's a bunch of parking ramps where people can like park for free. So if you're going down, so a lot of Hispanics, I learned this from like my Hispanic neighbors. Like behind this Fairview, the reason why I have this Fairview place bookmarked even when it's closed, there is right behind here, there is like a massive like parking ramp that's free for anyone in the city of Columbia Heights to park in. And the Hispanic community taught me about that because this is their community. They know where things are. So when I get lost or when I get confused, I don't know where things are, I normally just go to the bus station and I just ask them, like, hey, where do you do this or where do you do that? And I just copy them. And we have a lot of repair shops, in the Hispanic community. So if like, you need, your car fixed or whatever, you can get it here. And then, we have a bunch of businesses. I like going to Red Wing in Columbia Heights because we have a lot of Hispanics here that do like a lot of contract work, like construction, welding, painting, whatever. So if like you want to get good outdoor clothes, you want to go to Red Wing because they sell winter boots, they sell hats, they sell all these winter gear to make your outdoor work survivable. And and then we have like a regular T-Mobile. So if you don't want to go through a third party like Boost, Cricket, or whatever, you can come to, and this is right on the 10U and 10N bus lines. And if you go to like T-Mobile, because T-Mobile's kind of expensive, but if you go to Cricket, Boost, or whatever, they sell T-Mobile plans at a discount. But they restrict you. If you go to a real T-Mobile store like this, they won't restrict you. You'll get the full T-Mobile package, but you're paying more. And then Hilltop, this side here is Hilltop, this side here is Columbia Heights. So, and then Hilltop here you have the Mike's Discount Foods. So Mike's Discount Foods is where the Hispanic community gets a lot of tomatoes, blueberries, strawberries, like a lot of your healthy produce. They get American cereal, American ice cream, American pizza, and all that stuff. And then you have Hilltop Liquors, where a lot of Hispanics get their alcohol, their liquor and stuff. And then you have Peace Market. Peace Market is where a lot of Hispanics get their Middle Eastern food and all that stuff. Yes, because a lot of Hispanics they like Middle Eastern food. And then Hilltop has some people from Turkey in there. It has some people from Saudi Arabia. They don't have a lot of Somalians. They have a lot of immigrants from the Middle East. But still, 95-ish% of people who live in Hilltop are Hispanic. So Hilltop has like 3 major languages spoken. And then you have Tasty Pizza. When I go to a pizza place in Hilltop, this is where I go. I go to Tasty Pizza / Hangar 45. See, Tasty Pizza is their grab and go place. So when you go to their Tasty Pizza section, you're actually just going to grab their pizza and go home. But if you go to their Hangar 50, if you go to the Hangar 45 side of the place, you kind of get their restaurant half. So Tasty Pizza is their grab and go, and Hangar 45 is their sit down. And then I don't know how to, and then they have an ice cream shop, and then they have like Amazon. So the Amazon locker is literally in the Hispanic grocery store. So if you go into this Hispanic grocery store that sells like food from literally Mexico, there's an Amazon locker. So, because a lot of people who live in the trailer park in Hilltop, people keep stealing their packages. People just keep stealing their packages. And they got sick of their neighbors keep on stealing their packages. So they asked the grocery store to put an Amazon locker. So if like you live in Hilltop in trailer park and you have a horrible neighbor that keeps on stealing your packages, you can have them bring to the Amazon locker, and you can go into the Hispanic grocery store and grab stuff out of your Amazon locker so it's safe. I know they have and the Hilltop, I've been into the Hilltop tobacco store, not to buy tobacco, but I go in there because the tobacco store technically means HTC products or THC products, whatever way you want to put it. They sell cannabis there now. They sell all these things that are not tobacco, but they can't just come out and say, ha ha ha, we're the illegal drugstore. That sells cannabis, weed, marijuana, all that stuff. So they use the word tobacco, so then they're magically meeting legal terms, because not many people smoke anymore. And then you have a laundromat, because some of the apartments in Hilltop that the Hispanic community lives in doesn't have a laundromat, or does not have washer and dryers. But the return of that is their rent is cheap. So then you can go to the laundromat. And then Happy Nails is no longer there. They're closed because of COVID. And then they have here is the Asian restaurant, because Hilltop does have a little bit of Asians in it, but it's still in my mind a Hispanic community because most people who live there are Hispanic. And then there's Hardware, Freight, and Tools. So a lot of Hispanics, so they do the trades, they come here to get their tools and stuff to fix their homes, to help them with their trade businesses and all that stuff. So that's why I'm saying is a lot of the, and then I have McDonald's, because every person needs McDonald's. Not needs it, but everyone kind of knows. Like when you're craving ice cream and something cheap, you want McDonald's. And then we have like Greek / Mediterranean food. We have, if you have too much junk that you should get rid of, but you do not want to, we do have a public storage. My opinion is once you have a storage unit, you have too much crap, and then you have to donate it. So then and then I've been walked to this Hilltop Water Tower before, and it's kind of on a hill. And then so when you're walking up the hill and you're standing at the base of it, you can see the whole trailer park below you, and it makes you feel like you're the king of the hill that no one's trying to fight over, because not a lot of Hispanics are like, let's climb to the water top of the water tower hill for fun and take a bunch of pictures. So, and then here's their trailer park. And the trailer park is broken into 3 sections, and each section is a different class of people. And Savers, oh my god, I fucking love the store. I love the store. I love Savers because Savers, you can donate stuff to them and then they'll sell it for a profit. Savers, they sell microwaves, they sell clothes, they sell furniture, whatever's kind of donated for them. And I like Savers because they don't lie to you about their intentions. They literally, when you walk into their store, like on the doors, it literally says, "This is not a nonprofit organization. This is an organization for profit." It says that right on their doors. But Goodwill and the Family Store, ran by the Salvation Army, there's the Salvation Army Family Store, the Salvation Army Family Store, and Goodwill. They lie, saying, "Ha ha ha ha, we're for a nonprofit," but they're in there making money because I went in there and they're charging $15 for a blender that someone donated to them for free. Well, you know what I mean? I'm like, they're not here to really save the environment. They're here to make money. But when I go to Savers, they're the same kind of thing, but they're honest right in the door. Hey, we're not a nonprofit. We're here to make money. And Savers, they will let you test all the products before you kind of go home. So I love Savers. I just love them. And a lot of Hispanic men like going there because they can buy their microwaves, their blenders, their speakers, their TVs, their video game consoles. Yes, they have video game consoles at this one. And they can buy their man cave furniture. They can buy clothes to make them look good for the Cinderitas. I think I said that right. And then all that kind of stuff, for cheap. Because, us men, okay, maybe I'm a guy and I get how other guys feel. We don't want to blow a bunch of money on overpriced items. If I can get something at Savers and it works just like something I would buy twice as much at Target, I'm just going to Savers. I love Savers. Savers is one of the few thrift I like because they're honest with me. They're there to make money. They let me test things before I buy them. And I don't need the brand newest, shiniest stuff. I just need things to work. And now this is where you can get your Somalian food and your Indian food. Because Somalians are slowly starting to move out into the Hispanic community, but there's not a lot of them yet to have like a major grocery store. But this major grocery store, at least for now, this is not major for like South Minneapolis kind of crowd, but our kind of major grocery store, it's going to get bigger as more Somalians move out here. But I moved out here because it was a more Hispanic community. But if the Somalians move out here, I'm not going to run away. But I purposely moved to Anoka County because of the Hispanics and their culture. And then, we have a Sonic, and, we have this place used to be a Red Lobster, but then the Red Lobster left, and the guy who bought it turned it from a Red Lobster to his seafood place. I've been waiting to bring someone special there. And then this place, I heard is good. Haven't been there yet. Because I asked my neighbors, where do you eat? And then now you're kind of into Fridley now. And then we have an Aldi's. So if you want more of American food for cheap, you can go get Aldi. That's where I go sometimes. I just go to Aldi's. I don't even go to Mike's Discount Foods anymore because they're so limited and they're more expensive than Aldi's. But if you live in the trailer park right next to Mike's Discount Foods and you don't want to wait 15 minutes for a bus and go here, Mike's Discount Foods still good. But I'm willing to hop on the bus and come all this way for Aldi's. And then, we have a KFC, because who can't live without KFC? And this is Planet Fitness. So this Planet Fitness is good for young people who are after school. They have nothing else to do. They want to get in shape. They want to take care of themselves. So we have a Planet Fitness. And then, we have a big Mexican food chain. They have we used to have one of these in St. Cloud. It's really, really good. Expensive, but worth the price. And then all right here, there's a big empty property that used to be, before COVID, it used to be a big call center, but now they're tearing it down to put more apartments. Right behind Discount Tire here, it's going to help the Hispanic community a lot, because now hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Hispanics, they can move here and enjoy the Hispanic community. You mean, and this Menards is cool, because this Menards here, it's split. See, this is their garden center. This Menards is split in half. On this half of the Menards, it's like their housing appliances, their mattresses, their beds, and all that stuff. And on this side is the normal Menards. So when you come up to this Menards, you see the garden center in the middle. You see Menards over here, and that's their like non-normal Menards stuff, and they have Menards over here, their main Menards over here. So when I come to Menards, I like to come in over on this side, go to look at the mattresses, the tables, the coffee makers, all that they have over here, and then I walk through the garden center and I come over here due to the main Menards. I love Menards. Their stuff isn't the best, but I like going to Menards. And then we have a Petco, so if you have a dog. This is now Fridley. And then you have your Starbucks, you have your Target. So whatever I can't get at all these, I'll come to Target for. And then like you have Pond America. Pond America, you need a loan for something, you can go to Pond America, say, oh, hey, hold on this for me until I pay it back. And then right here on this side, there's a sidewalk here that will take you underneath Highway 694, and because you can't see the sidewalk because it goes right between the two parts of Central. And then it pops you up over here on this side of Central, where like you can go to like Lifetime and all that over here. And I know on Google Maps it kind of like shows like this is like far away, but in real life it's really close. And then there's a path that goes along this lake, and then you can go to the other shopping mall up here. And this is where like you can get your Phoenix games. Phoenix games, it's like people like my brother's, Taylor's age, where they play Magic and all that kind of stuff. And then over here, there's not much. This is kind of just like the local shopping area for the single family neighborhoods over here. There's like, I don't come over here that much because I only come over here for a bar and a pizza place. Other than that, I don't really come over here because it's just made for the local community that lives in, because this is all surrounded by single family homes over here. And this is kind of their local shopping center. So they have a church, they have a vet hospital, they have a daycare. The Hispanic community has a lot of daycares. They have a flooring. They have a place where they sell flooring that can't sell at other stores, so you can get discount off flooring. And then I see this is the part I do come for shortstop. This is the only reason why I come to this mall is because of shortstop. And then there's an Angino's Pizza over here too that I love eating at. I love eating at Angino's Pizza. I used to have it with my mom. Okay, sorry, Chanticleer Pizza. Okay, sorry, it's Chanticleer. I do like Angino's Pizza too, so okay. I do like Chanticleer Pizza too. I do like to come all this way for Chanticleer Pizza. And and then there is like a Lifetime over here, a True Stone credit union, so the Hispanic people have some place to save their money, because you can't trust banks. You can't trust the banks people. So True Stone Federal Financial Credit Union is a good place for the Hispanics to put their money. And guys, I moved over here for this. I moved over here because I wanted this. And then over here you just get a bunch of single family homes. And then once you hit like Fridley, you want to come over to University because Fridley, okay, so Columbia Heights is built along, and Hilltop is built along Central, while Fridley is built around University. I don't get that. I don't understand why, but that's the way the world works. So if like you want to go to the Hispanic community in Fridley, you have to go to University. So, and then this is my favorite shopping area in Fridley. It's called the Fridley Market, and I come here all the freaking time. And almost like too much, like I have a problem, like too much. But over here they have a great Clips. This is, and all around this is more single family homes. They have another McDonald's because you can't have a good suburban city without a McDonald's. That's what I like teasing everyone. If you live in a suburban city or city that doesn't have a McDonald's nearby, that's not a good area because every kind of good, like area that at least has some kind of jobs and some kind of money has some kind of fast food joint and a McDonald's. Definitely McDonald's. There's great Clips. There's all these like Mexican restaurants because, Fridley is a Mexican town, so you need Mexican restaurants in a Mexican town. And there's all these like Bitcoin ATMs, and now this is the part of the mall I go to. There's a liquor store, and this Fridley liquor market it's a liquor store owned by the city of Fridley. So then you can go there, and all the money you buy, all the alcohol you spend, you buy there, actually goes and helps the people in the community of Fridley. So, and then you have this massive buffet here. This is one of Minnesota's biggest buffets. So this company here has two buffets. There's one on Lake Street in South Minneapolis. That was their original big buffet. And then because it was so popular and the one in South Minneapolis did not provide enough parking, the strip mall, they added the one here in Fridley. So everyone that lives in the south part of Minneapolis area, they can go to the one on Lake Street in South Minneapolis. And everyone that lives in the northern part of Minneapolis can go to the one here in Fridley. And breaking up the crowd that way gave them enough parking to support both restaurants. And then they have a mattress, factory, and then they have a Duluth Trading Company. That's where I buy my pants because the Duluth Trading Company makes expensive pants. Very expensive pants, like $150, $160 for a pair of pants. But I'm telling you, the Hispanic community that goes to Duluth Trading Company buys pants there, and that's why I went there, because my brother heard it from them, and then I went there. And my brother's in the trades, and their pants stretch on my butt perfectly. When I blow it, the pants blow with me. Perfect. If I need more pants, that's where I go to get my pants. It's worth the money. And then they have an Amazon locker, so because Fridley, a lot of people steal packages there, so you can put them in the Amazon locker inside Cup Foods area, and no one will take your stuff. And then there's a Cup Foods. This is the Cup Foods I like. I'm a Cup Food shopper, so when I have an extra money for groceries, I go to Cup Foods. I love Cup Foods. Oh my God. They have good customer service. They have good produce. I definitely like the Cup Foods, like canned food is canned food. You can buy canned food at Walmart. You can buy canned food at Target. You can buy canned food. I don't go there for the canned food. I go there for my blueberry yogurt because they have very unique yogurts at Cubs. I go there for my produce. I go there for my flavored popcorn because Cubs now has a station where like they boil popcorn, not boil, but flavor popcorn, boil it, it depends on the recipe that you buy, the popcorn you like. They have a popcorn stand now. And I used to, when I was friends with this girl named Madeline from Rogers, we used to go to Tom's Popcorn in South Minneapolis because they have some of the best popcorn in the state of Minnesota, in my opinion. So, but Cubs, I'm going to say it's not my most favorite popcorn there they make, but it's my third favorite. Like right now, it's Tom's Popcorn is my favorite, and then there's a place in Crystal/New Hope called Redmond's Popcorn. He's my second favorite. and then Cub Foods is my third. So I go there, and Cub Foods sells amazing bakery products. Oh, I love Cub Foods. But for a corporate company, Cub Foods is a very good deal. And then up here, there's like a Home Depot. So sometimes Menards does not have the kind of like tools or furniture that you want. So then I'll take my shopping cart and I'll come to the Home Depot because the Home Depot sells styles that Menards does not have. And it gives the Hispanic community likes it because it gives them more choices. And then back here, there's a hotel. There's the North Star train station. Yep, the North Star train station for Fridley's here. So when I go to North Star, I have two options. I can go to the one in downtown Minneapolis, or I can go to the one in Fridley. And to go up to Big Lake, so then where I can hop on a different bus to go to St. Cloud to visit my family, because my family's from St. Cloud. And I like the Fridley station better because the Fridley station, they have public bathrooms nearby. Not like for the station, but I normally go to Cubs. There's a gas station next to the station. So then, or I can go to the gas station, use the bathroom before I hop on the train. Well, the one in downtown, it's underneath a stadium, and because of the crime, the homelessness and stuff, and the games are not there, they normally keep those bathrooms locked and stuff. So when I go all that way and I want to go pee before I hop on the train, I can't because it's locked. Because I drink guys, I drink like 90 to 100 ounces of water a day because I just chug down 30 ounces of water like it's alcohol bottles. But so I'm always drinking so much water, so I don't eat all the time, so I lose weight. So I'll be so much fatter if I didn't drink so much water. And then then I come up here, and I like to wait for the North Star train up here, and then in Fridley when I have to actually take it, I don't like taking it because it's not reliable. But when I do actually have to take it, me and a bunch of Hispanics sometimes, we wait here at the Fridley station, and then boom, we go north. And then there's Fridley. The Hispanics are just like us. They need medical care. So I have my medical clinic there. They have like regular things like everyone else needs. Everyone needs stuff. And all around here, there's a bunch of single family homes. A lot of Hispanics, they own them, they rent them. And then there's all these like city hall things, and I've been to the Two Stooges. It's a really good place. It's a very good restaurant. I hang out a lot in Fridley because I like how the public transportation is good and it's still suburban. So, and the buses come every half an hour. So, oh no, I was goofing around and I missed the bus. I just have to go back inside and wait another half an hour and the bus will come. No big deal. I know for people who drive, half an hour is a long time. But if you take the public transportation, a half an hour is a short because most buses, if you miss them, you're waiting an hour to 2 hours for the next bus to come. But the good thing about when the bus comes every half an hour to 15 minutes, it's for a public transportation that's actually quick. And then they have Bob's Produce. Bob's Produce is like a grocery store that competes against Mike's Discount Foods, and they help the Hispanic community get access to fresh vegetables, pizza, canned fruit, canned vegetables, ice cream. So the reason why that's highlighted is because one of these days I'm gonna go visit them because I like to explore my community because I purposely moved out here for the Hispanic community. So, because I like me and them have similar values, we have similar, because I grew up in Belclay Acres. It's a trailer park outside of St. Cloud, and I grew up around a lot of Hispanics. And yes, I'm not good at Spanish. I do listen to some Spanish influenced music, but but I don't speak Spanish because when I was watching TV and stuff with my old classmates there, they would have English subtitles, so I could just read the subtitles, and then me and them could know what's going on in the movie. I never really had to ask them to translate, or And then a lot of the Hispanic radio stations I used to listen to, they'll play a Hispanic song, then English song, Hispanic song, then English song. So then, like, yeah, once in a while I didn't know what the songs are about, but then they would have an English song afterwards. So, so I have similar values to the Hispanic community because I grew up in a Hispanic community, but I don't speak Spanish. So then, this is over here, this is where their hospital is, their Minute Clinic is. I like the Emma Fairview because they work with the U of M, and that's good for us disabled people. But if you're not disabled, the Fridley Medical Center and the hospital here, Mercy Hospital, would be the best place for you to go. And then, they have like a bunch of restaurants over here because everyone wants a restaurant in their local community. Come on, people. And then they have Sam's Club because a lot of the Hispanic families, they are huge. They live with their aunts, their uncles, their family, their kids, their grandkids. And when you have that many people, going to a regular Walmart or Target sometimes just doesn't work. So now you can go to Sam's Club and you can feed your army of relatives who live with you for way cheaper. And I'm single and I live with my parents still. So there's only 3 of us. So, we just go to a regular grocery store because we don't have to feed an army. But if you have like over like 3 people in your family living with you, going to Sam's Club's actually worth it because you can feed a whole army for cheaper at Sam's Club. Good. Now everyone's gonna think, about a huge immigrant army and stuff. And and look at here, they have like apartments. See, these are kind of apartments I want like Blaine to build because of all the new immigrants we're getting in our community. Like, see how nice these apartments are? Like Blaine just needs to turn like all their cornfields into something like this. And and hundreds of Hispanic immigrants, they can come and move into our Hispanic community. Look at the swimming pool, and see how nice this building is? We just need to build in like Anoka County in the cities of like Columbia Heights, Blaine, Fridley, Coon Rapids, and Anoka. We just need to build more apartments like this in our cornfields and just have just have a bunch of Hispanics just keep moving here, working in our communities and shopping in our stores, and it's it's all this potential. See, if you keep on building single family homes, we're not going to have enough space to put everyone. But if you build condos and apartments and townhomes, we actually have a place to put people. And then there's Walmart because every community, in my opinion, needs a Walmart. Okay, because I don't shop at Walmart a lot. I don't shop at Walmart a lot, but I still like having it because Walmart sells stuff that other stores don't. Like, for example, when I want sweaters or coats or whatever, like when I go to Target, they sell them for people who work in the office. Because that's their clients. Like, haha, I'm Timmy, I work in the office and I'm HR, I just fire and hire people all day. Ha 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 ha. That's so Target makes fancy sweaters that look pretty for those people, but they're not practical for me because I don't do those kind of jobs. So if I'm doing my outdoor employment in those, my sweaters will just get ruined. But Target, they sell cheap sweaters. They're actually good quality. Meanwhile, Walmart sells cheap sweaters. They're actually good quality that are for someone my size. So I can go there and actually can with Walmart sweaters, they're such good quality for the cheap price. I can actually probably fight a whole war wearing Walmart clothes. And so it's a good. I like Walmart. Like normally between Cubs, Aldi's, and Mike's Discount Foods and Target, I normally get all my food there. That I barely have to ever go to a Walmart. But like when I first moved here to Columbia Heights, I needed some dishes. I needed some, silverware and stuff. and like I could have bought that at Target, but at Target they don't sell my style of stuff. They don't sell my style of dishes and stuff. They sell more feminine like dishes. They sell more female looking household appliances. Like my rice maker I bought from Target is like bright red. But I just bought it because it was cheap. You know what I mean? They had them on sale. But if you go to Walmart, they sell more guy looking stuff, guy looking furniture, guy looking dishes, guy looking, I mean, guy looking stuff. So, like I do go to Walmart, but I normally don't take the bus up this high. But sometimes I do. And then they have Coinstar, so a lot of the Hispanics they can send their money down back to their home countries. So that's very useful. And this parking lot at Walmart, even on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, it's always full of people. This Walmart in Fridley is never non-busy. And this is the Northtown Mall. And now this is the good Target. In the Hispanic community, like the one in Fridley is like not small, but not big either. While the one here up in Coon Rapids / Blaine, this is the newest Target in the community, and it's massive. It's just a huge store. Like when I go to this Target, I get overwhelmed because I'm used to like small Targets. This Target is almost like a size of a Walmart. It's just massive. It's just a massive building. It's just a massive store. And then they have half-price books where people can buy half-price books is a good place to buy little kids books, like because a lot of Hispanics they like to buy other kids books and kid-friendly stuff. So half-price books is half-price books is a good place to buy kids books and all that stuff. And then we have an AT&T store because a lot of the Hispanics up here have more money. So we actually have more of the main phone stores. Like down where I live, where we have a lot of Cricket, Boost, Metro by T-Mobile, because a lot of the Hispanics are more poor. But up here, a lot of the Hispanics are more wealthy, so they have more wealthier stores. And this is the Northtown Transit Center / station. So here, this is where the buses from the north Anoka County and South Anoka County meet. So when I take the 10, I take it to here. And then from here, this is where I go to the northern part of Anoka County. And if you live in the northern part of Anoka County and you need to head to the southern part of Anoka County, you take the bus until here and then you hop to the 10 and then you go into the southern part of Anoka County. Like I have never needed to go to I go to Coon Rapids for fun, but on my days off, but for my everyday needs, I never need to go past Northtown Mall because between Columbia Heights and the Northtown Mall, I have everything I need. The Hispanic community has everything I need between the Northtown Mall and Columbia Heights. So I never need to for fun, to do my necessities, need to go past this point. But sometimes, if I want to go hang with my friend Paul or something who lives in Champlin, I will go past this point. But because technically Anoka County, the Hispanic communities in Anoka County have so many grocery stores, have so many whatever, even if they're small ones, you normally don't have to go far to find food. Yeah, it might not be food that you have a preference for, but at least you will have food and you won't starve to death. That's my biggest goal in life, is to have electricity, have food, have water, and have a cell phone, and not starve to death. And we're in the Hispanic community here in Anoka County / Blaine, Coon Rapids, Anoka, Fridley, in Columbia Heights, in Hilltop, they allow that to happen. Yes, it's a more car-centric area, but that's the reason why it's affordable, because it's a car-centric area. Because if you live in Minneapolis where everything's walkable, skippable, bikeable, you're paying double the rent because property developers know, everyone wants to live in a 15-minute city where they can get everything they need in a 15-minute walk. Let's charge $3,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. Well, here, because not everything's a 15-minute walk away, property developers can't charge that much for rent for that convenience. So the rents are a little bit cheaper and you get more space for the money and more amenities. That's why a lot of Hispanics live out here. And then we have the Becker furniture. That's the high-end Becker. And then we have the Becker outlet in this mall. That is the low-end furniture place. So poor people like me, we go to Becker outlet. And that's right here. And rich people who are not like me go to the Becker furniture. And then we have Burlington Coat Factory. And Burlington, I love this store. Not the one, so the one in Blaine here is not my most favorite Burlington, because the one here in Blaine focuses on the Hispanic community, and most Hispanic men are about 5 feet to 5.5 feet tall. They're not almost 7 feet tall like me. So a lot of the clothes they sell there are more aimed towards shorter people, because that's the clientele they're aiming for, shorter Hispanic men. But for me, who's 6'4", almost 7 foot tall, almost 7 foot tall, this store is not the best for me. But for everyone else, it's a good store. If you're under like 6 feet tall, it's a good store. So for me, when I go clothes shopping at Burlington, I have to go to the one in Brooklyn Center, or I have to go to the one on Lake Street in South Minneapolis, because I have to go to the African American communities, because a lot of people who in the African American communities have similar bodies to me. So then there's actually clothes for people my size for cheap, because I want cheap clothes. They're high quality, that fit. I don't want to pay extra money because I'm tall. And then they have and then Blaine. This is the Cub Foods of Southern Blaine, and then there's another Cub Foods in Northern Blaine. So, and then they have a Chick-fil-A, because every good suburb needs a Chick-fil-A, and they have an Applebee's. Big Lots. I have never been there, but they sell food, they sell furniture and all that stuff. And then there's more apartments and stuff over here, because you need apartments for people to live in. And there's Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble is the expensive bookstore. Half Price Books is the discount bookstore. So, and then of course you have your Great Clips, and you have your dental office, because everyone needs a dentistry. You can't have pirate-looking people around the city. That's why you have a dentist office. And you have Mattress Store, and this is the Northtown Library. This library is very important, because the Northtown Library in Blaine helps Hispanics and other immigrant communities get jobs, because they help them apply for jobs, help them learn how to make a resume, and all that stuff. I very like what the library system does, because they help people moving to the United States kind of integrate into American society. So in this Highway 10, you guys, it's not really dangerous to cross, because I have walked from the bus depot here through the mall. You can also walk around it, and then came to Cubs, and then there's a sidewalk here. Walked up the sidewalk, and then right here there's a crosswalk that Google Maps doesn't tell you, because Google Maps does not know there's a crosswalk here. And then you can walk across, and then you can and then once you're on this side, there's no more sidewalk, and then you just have to walk on the side of the road. But because I wear a bright yellow coat for safety, so cars, because I live in the suburbs, I know if I don't wear a bright object, there's a chance of me getting hit and dead, because the suburbs are made for cars and not for people like me who are visually impaired walking outside. So then wear a bright coat, so then I can go shopping here in the suburbs where there's sometimes no sidewalks without being killed. Because remember, safety first. And if it's an area that's not safe, just order off Amazon.com. Yeah, and then back here, there's a bunch of single family homes and stuff. And then this is another Home Depot I like. Because this Home Depot is bigger than the one in Fridley because it's a newer Home Depot. And of course, there's a trampoline park. Like you can actually, there's this road here is also like very crossable. There is like a crosswalk that I just cross it. You have to be careful because of all the traffic, but I wear a bright yellow coat so everyone can see me. So if I have a green walkway to walk and I walk and they hit me, how are they going to tell the cops I didn't see them? So then there's another Planet Fitness. This Planet Fitness in Blaine is even bigger than the one in Columbia Heights. And then this Savers is even bigger than the one in Columbia Heights because it's a bigger store because they have more land. So then over here, you're in Coon Rapids. Yay! And over here, you're in Blaine. Yay! So, and this is the most I personally go in my everyday life is the Northtown Mall. And then over here, you just get a bunch of single family homes and then with random like little strip malls. And then over here is where I get my services. As a disabled person in Anoka County Human Service Division. So they don't take walk-ins. They're not like Anoka County, Hennepin. Okay, they're not like Hennepin County where you can just walk in, stand in line, and say, I need help. They're one of those services, like the Anoka County Human Services Division here in Blaine. You actually want to call them to make an appointment, and then they'll tell you when to show up. And there's a bus that runs Monday through Friday, only Monday through Friday, that goes from the Northtown Mall / Northtown Transit Station / Center. They'll take you down the highway over this little road here and down this 89th Street, and the bus ends just right here. So then hundreds of disabled people coming from North Anoka or South Anoka County, they can both get to this office. And then this area, like when you're waiting for your bus to come back home, there's a school, but you don't want to walk into an elementary school because you'd be arrested. But but there is like a fire department, woohoo. There's a body shop. Because this is older Blaine. So when they built the city, they didn't think about, there might be some disabled people waiting for a bus over here. Or some immigrants that might be waiting for a bus over here. They didn't really think about that at that time. Of course, and then, over here, they have, when, you're waiting, if you're willing to walk along the sidewalk here, they do have some things for you to do. But, it's not, the most funnest place in the universe, but Dairy Queen is pretty good, and the Quick Trip is pretty good, but it's not really, a fun area. So I don't really come over here that much. When I talk to my Anoka County advisor, I just call her and leave her a voicemail and she'll call me back because I don't really want to meet in person because coming all this way for what? So I just call them and we just talk to them over the phone. And this is up here is the newest part of Blaine. Up here is just a bunch of cornfields. It feels like, to me, who lives in the city, it just feels like endless cornfields. So if they put more apartments over here, and if they built a bus line between the Northtown Mall and the big giant apartment development that they could build over here, it'll actually help hundreds of more Hispanics move into our community because they can just walk out of their brand new classy apartment building, hop on the bus, take the bus down this road, boop, all the way to the Northtown Mall, work at the Northtown Mall, and then bus back home. Or they can work, or if they can't work at the Northtown Mall, they can bus to Coon Rapids, or they can bus down to where I am at. like once you get up here into Coon Rapids and Blaine, you need a car to travel. I'm just gonna be honest. You're gonna need a car to travel because the buses are not the best. That's why I chose to live in the southern part of Anoka County, because the Hispanic community there has better public transportation. And then the one bus they do have that goes from northern part to the northern part of Anoka County goes along Brooklyn Boulevard. So it leaves the Northtown Mall, and it goes up this road right here. So then, if you live in the northern part of Anoka County / the Hispanic community over here, you pretty much have to walk from your house over, sometimes it's going to be over a mile, depends on where like you live, to just hop on the bus that comes once every 2 hours to take you to the Northtown Mall or to take you to downtown Coon Rapids where you can do your shopping. And it goes through here, down Coon Rapids Boulevard, past Anoka Ramsey Community College, and then it just keeps going up Coon Rapids Boulevard. Just keep going, and then see how Coon Rapids Boulevard curves up. Just keeps going, and then it takes you to downtown Anoka, and the bus stops right here at the Anoka County Government Center. Now this is where people that live up in the northern part of Anoka County go for their services. So the one in Blaine is where people that live in the middle part of Anoka County and the southern part of Anoka County go to get their services. But the people who live in the northern part of Anoka County go to the office in downtown Anoka. And that's why there's a bus that goes from Northtown Mall and Blaine down Coon Rapids Boulevard, so people can have access to the shopping mall in downtown Coon Rapids. And then, they can have access to the main office up in pretty much Anoka. And then, it goes, and then the buses end at Anoka Technical College. And then they turn around and they head back towards the Northtown Mall. So if you live in the Hispanic community, like in Coon Rapids or Anoka, or like northern part of Blaine, the public transportation is going to be more difficult, I'm going to say. The more, because technically Anoka Technical College is the end of Anoka County. So if you go more towards Coon Rapids, Anoka, or northern Blaine, there is buses, but they're really going to suck, or there's no buses at all. And then you just have to drive. So a lot of Hispanics up in Anoka, Coon Rapids, and Blaine, they have really nice, big, fancy pickup trucks, and they just drive everywhere. While a lot of Hispanics who live in the southern part of Anoka County, like Fridley, southern Blaine, that the Northtown Mall's in southern Blaine, Hilltop, and Columbia Heights, we have more of the bus services that they need and that they want. And Anoka County, a lot of the Hispanic communities in Anoka County, they have grocery stores, they have stores just like everyone else. And in a further way you get from Minneapolis and St. Paul, the less the public transportation is, the housing gets more affordable. I'm going to show you guys an example of what I want all the housing out here, all the new apartments out here to look like. Just so you guys know before you kind of go, because you guys are how should they look like, Dustin? This is how I kind of want them to look like in the future. See how they have little trees, they have little decks, they have little patios, they have sidewalks. they have access to public transportation, and see how they have a playground, and you mean, this is how I want all the new developers. They're building all these new apartments in Blaine to build them for the Hispanic community and for the non-Hispanic community who are moving to the area. And see how, like, there's an indoor playground for the kids, and you mean how there's like meeting areas where people can hang out in the lobby, and you mean this is the kind, and there's a fitness center, so then you can, on your days off, you can actually work out and get in shape and not get fat. And, you mean, so, and see how they're only like 3 to 4 levels, but these are called luxury apartments, so they're supposed to be luxury. But, but to convince suburban people to actually let apartments come into their town, they have to be like this. They just have to be like this. And the good thing is, a lot of Hispanics, they would also like it because there's areas for their kids to play, you mean? And there's Central right down there. So then, like, you're on the hill, so you can kind of see everything, you mean? So building apartments like this are actually going to help everyone. And it's going to help because with all these immigrants coming into the United States, they're going to need someplace to live. And because land is cheaper in Minnesota, there's a huge Hispanic community already here in Minnesota. Minnesota is a good place for them to live. But we just need property developers to just keep building houses like this or apartments like this, so in our community, so then they actually have some place to live. Well, I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.